Yo, Maron, what are you doing? Hey, like, comment, subscribe, share, do everything you gotta do, man. It goes a long way, trust me. You like my shirt? Get straight into the episode. Ladies and gentlemen.
Annie, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay,
I'm not
Annie?
okay. I'm not okay.
Suey, are you okay?
I'm back. I'm here. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to League Lads, another episode where we take you through whatever happened last week. Most importantly, finals footy. It's here. We finally had. It feels so great to be living in this time right now. Finals footy. It's one of my favorite things in sports ever, alongside a lot of big events. But finals footy is where everything just goes up another level. We're going to be speaking about all the games. We're going to speak about the games that are coming up, and also we have a few little things we want to talk about. First of all, Mr. Fred, as always, how are you, bro?
I'm good, man.
I want to compliment you on something. I really, really love your shirt. If you want to stretch it out a bit, show everyone. That's my goat right there.
It's Paulie,
That's my goat. That's Paulie from The Sopranos.
Maron.
Hey,
Maron.
I feel like I've been stabbed in the heart.
Rest in peace, bro.
Rest in peace, bro. One of the best actors ever to ever do mob Italian stuff. Now let's get straight into it. The mob Italians, what do? They sell a lot of illegal substances.
Yes.
All right. And this weekend...
On the garbage routes.
On the garbage routes. And this weekend, an NRL player has been caught. I don't even think you can even say caught. Right? An NRL player has exposed himself with an illegal substance. The man that goes by the name of Val Holmes. I just wanted to talk about this because it burns me how these things happen. Last year, we had Cameron Munster and Brandon Smith.
It was like 2 years ago.
2 years ago, whatever it is. We had Cameron Munster and Brandon Smith do that and go through that kind of situation. And I'll be honest with you, their one was a bit different because they didn't record themselves. You know what I mean?
And I was like in 240p, bro.
Yeah, it was up 240p.
Like, I don't know why. Whenever there's a camera recording these guys, they got a Sony Ericsson. No one's got an iPhone anymore.
Remember Sony Ericsson, the little green logo?
Yeah, you recorded.
Nokia 6300s, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was different. That was different. that was different because they didn't record themselves. It was just like probably one of their mates being an idiot, whatever. It reminds me of this kind of reminds me of Ja Morant. You know what I mean? Like exposing yourself to the world.
In 4K, bro.
Now listen, first of all, I want to have my little 2 cents on this. First of all NRL players are not like, if you think NRL players are angels, then you are completely wrong. They are humans in the end of the day. However they party is however they party, off season, on season, whatever. It's none of our business. But it becomes our business when it's exposed, right? Now, I've heard some crazy stories about NRL greats. I'm not going to say who they are, and this isn't just like a clickbait, clout kind of thing. Like legit sources telling me like this guy did it, and you'll never imagine it. You're like, bro, him? Nah, I can't believe that shit. So, and it's pretty normal. Like it happens in NRL. They party, whatever they do. And obviously they're not going to show it to you because they're role models to kids. But just Val Holmes, bro, I never pictured him, if he did whatever it is, exposing himself because he's a smart player, bro. Like you can tell the guy, you know, he's one of those marquee players, you know. He feels like extra responsibility. He could be a captain of a team. And then, I don't know, bro. I don't know what goes through their heads, bro.
With great money comes great temptation.
Yes, but come on, bro. Come on,
and
bro.
Great stupidity, unfortunately. Valentine Holmes, bro, it's like, cause you're caught in 4K, bro. You know
bro,
what I mean?
like 10K.
You literally uploaded it to a story. You did a Jamal Murray, bro. You did a Jamal Murray. All right. Don't hide from it.
Like,
delete it and apologize.
Yeah, like I
don't say it was just a prank, bro.
Is that what he said? No, like he.
I swear, I read something that said he said it was just a prank.
I don't think he even said anything. But bro, honestly. It's just so stupid, bro. Like, come on, man. Yeah, bro, let me tell you something, yeah? We've all partied, we've all whatever. If you do this kind of stuff or you don't do this kind of stuff, I'm going to bring Lebos as an example. Lebos are the biggest show-offs. Everything they do, they Snapchat it, they put it on this Instagram. The car they buy, the clothes they buy, you know what I mean? Like, everything is sent from Lebos. But I've seen a lot of Lebos never, ever expose this kind of stuff.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
According to the Daily Mail...
Daily Mail's Daily Mail.
Holmes today claimed that it was all of a part of a prank gone wrong. So he literally said, it was just a prank, bro. It was only a joke. Why you have to be mad?
Bro, yeah, nah, we're too old for it. We're not.
Bro,
We're
you
not
can't.
kids. We're not kids, bro.
Oh, bro, we know what goes on, man.
Like you can just come up and say, "Oh, I'm sorry." Like, fuck, yeah, I do it. Whatever.
Own up to it, bro. Like, at least Reece Walsh owned up to it, right?
Reece Walsh as well. That was last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was last year.
See, this shit
At least
happens.
he
Bro.
owned up to it, bro. Valentine was like, it was just a prank, bro.
Bro,
He didn't do nothing.
He owned up
It's
to it.
baking soda. I got baking soda.
He owned up to it and had a killer of a season too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you probably think he's on it while playing.
He's still on it. Look at Diego Maradona.
Nah, but bro, like what I was saying about Lebos, like Lebos will never ever show that kind of stuff, and like Lebos will probably be the biggest party animals that we know.
Because you want to know why? Because the police will give them they're not scared of the police. They're scared of their own family giving them a punishment worse than the police.
They're probably hiding from their wives as well. They're probably partying with their mistresses.
Yeah, they're with their gumas.
Yeah, go
All right, it's because the family will look at them with shame.
Yes,
And shame
is worse
and
than
being
any
put
sort
down
of
in your own
punishment.
family and everybody like cause you know Lebanese families they're extremely judgmental.
Yep.
Like cause you get a speeding ticket, bro. Like every mum is just fucking.
You're a criminal.
Yeah, and then it's like a disease, bro. It's
Yeah.
like COVID. It just spreads.
You become a criminal, bro.
Yeah, like it goes from I was going 10 kilometers over the limit for because he stole 5 cars and was driving 15 k's over in a. He was on 90 in a shopping car in a shopping mall, bro.
Bro, you can't even move.
I can't even talk.
Just trying to fuck, poof, poof, poof. But yeah, that's our 2 cents on Valentine Holmes. Very, very dumb. And don't be surprised if you see a lot of this happening because the NRL players just never learn. All the scandals, all the incidents, the NRL is always quick to like expose them even more.
Let's go to Las Vegas, guys.
Yeah, Vegas is gonna
Hey.
be fucked, bro. You know what are they saying in NBA? I heard Gilbert Arenas saying this that Ja Morant would have someone from the NBA that the NBA would send someone to monitor him. What are they called? It's like an actual legit thing that the NBA does. And I can just imagine the NRL doing this in Vegas for these players. Everyone would have like a personal guy that's watching them.
Bro, it's in Ja Morant's best interest that he has.
Yeah, I think it is as well. All right, let's get into finals footy. We had some cracking games this weekend, bro. We had some cracking guesses. I guessed the Cronulla game right but wrong. I had the scoreboard, I had the score right, and I actually baited a lot of people on TikTok. I deleted the part where I said Cronulla would win, and I just made it look... Losers. So we had the Cronulla bet that almost went through. We had the milk challenge that we almost went through, and we'll talk about that. But the first game of the round was just Brisbane dominance, bro. Brisbane and Melbourne. I can't even remember the score. I'm not even going to pull it up. We all know that they just got absolutely belted.
Like I said they would, to be honest. I said 30-8, I think.
Yep, you did. You came very, very close. But it was just a game that that we seen it coming, but we didn't see it coming that pause in that circumstance, like where Harry Grant, Cameron Munster, everyone was on the field for him, you know, other than Papenhyzen. We'll speak about Papenhyzen as well. But all these players are on the field and they just feel like they've never played with each other in their life.
It was very uncharacteristic.
It was...
Because you don't really see them have shockers. They both had shockers.
But Harry Grant was...
No, Munster was worse than Grant.
Harry Grant was just... Yeah, but Munster was like... Harry Grant is like service, you know what I mean? Like, he's the service. He's the one that starts it. So when he makes an error, it doesn't even get to Munster before they have a shocking play. But that Harry Grant performance for me, that was like... We just put him in the team of the season last week.
Yeah, bro, I wanted to put Munster in the team of the season, but he's had a relatively quiet year for Munster.
He has.
And unfortunately, Walker's numbers are just way better.
100%.
So you got to go with the numbers sometimes. You know what I mean? I think Munster's the best.
Yeah,
definitely. But he's not playing like the best 6 this year. He's been quiet.
I think he's due for a big game this week, bro.
Yeah, he's the only reason why I'm looking towards... Like, we'll get to our tips eventually, but here's the thing with Melbourne, right? Melbourne love to slow the play the ball down, and they love to have a good start. Melbourne cannot play from behind.
Never. We say this week in, week out.
But this has always been from, like, even in Melbourne's prime. They've always played differently when they were behind. And they went behind early, and it was a real arm wrestle, but they tried really hard to slow down this play the ball. To the point where they were giving away so many penalties.
Bro, the first half
many 6
was
against.
Like discipline out of the window.
Yeah, and there are Melbourne fans that genuinely think they got robbed and that the rest were on Brisbane's side.
No.
I think Brisbane should have had more penalties and more 6 against.
No, I thought in the first half there was some calls that 50-50. They're 50-50s.
Bro,
In the end of the day, they're not going to go
they
your
were
way.
trying so hard to stop the Broncos' momentum, the Melbourne way, which is wrestle, but they could not keep Brisbane on their back.
After all these years, it finally didn't work.
Yeah, well, it's because these Brisbane forwards, they're like mastered the art of the play the ball, bro. Like Papenhyzen gets you good play the balls after making 15 meters, and then, you know what I mean? And
What a luxury to have, eh?
you know
What,
I mean?
what
Like,
a kind
this
of
is
player to have.
their forward pack cannot compete with their forward pack. And then, to make it even worse, they didn't start Nelson. A team that needs to get off to a good start. And then they brought on Nelson and it was 6-0.
He changed the game.
He changed it for a little bit.
Yeah, but he got it.
But the rest of his team was gone.
Yeah.
If he was there at the start, the game could have gone a bit differently.
Bro,
But-
that for me, that was everything we depicted to happen. Everything we guessed happened. The pack. I always say this. People talk about Bulldogs and signings and what. If you're forward pack, and you say this the most, if you're forward pack, it's just why Penrith are so elite. We'll talk about them next, but your forward pack is your most important thing. You know what I mean? Like everything in a team is important, but without your forward pack, because there isn't just one player that's going to push you through. It's like 4, 5 players that, you know, rotational, on the bench, off the bench, coming on, sparking up, pushing the team forward, giving the 6 and the 7 the luxury to kick properly.
Yeah,
And the team to follow and chase down and defend. And
it
just
makes
didn't happen.
everyone's life easier. And then we just spoke about your 4 pack goes forward, your halves can do their job. One man, if there was one man that did his job, Adam Reynolds was a literal, like, he looked like a god.
Bro, he was untouched. In that first half, he was untouchable.
They could not, he had an answer for everything. He had,
The short dropout, he got it. He got that
he
move
just
out.
couldn't do anything wrong. He was just absolutely class. And
bet
you
the
look at
Rabbitohs are
and
just
you look at the
crying.
Rabbitohs and you're like, you know what, they could use a player like, if they had a player like Adam Reynolds,
But they would have finished in the top 4 easily.
they would be first with Adam Reynolds.
I reckon they would have been top 4 easily. Maybe second.
I think that they'd be in the top 3 with Adam Reynolds for sure. But
Bro, he's just a luxury player to have. And the way he took control of that game, he told the young Brisbane team, leave this with me. You please just do your job.
we needed a guy like that.
Yep, Reece Walsh, go. You know what I mean? Like
His
everything,
kicks were amazing, man.
Just
so
perfect.
pinpoint.
just
and-
perfect, man.
You know, I'm expecting a much better performance from Melbourne next week. But again, it's just the questions just lie in the forward packs and the fact that they have no centers right now.
Now, I know you watched Bellamy losing it.
Yeah, that was funny.
And that was funny, but I'll tell you why. Bellamy, that's probably Bellamy if he coached the Bulldogs, because Melbourne attacked literally like the Bulldogs. Like, wallah, I'm not even exaggerating when I say Melbourne looked like clunky, lost. Cameron Munster was like getting punched on with his teammates, like,
Yeah.
like not punching on, but like arguing with his teammates. And Harry Grant's like, what the hell am I doing? You know, like it was just,
It
recipe
was
for disaster.
disjointed.
Yeah, it was just
And
unbelievable.
the only time they got, like, they didn't even really get close to getting close to scoring.
Nothing.
Like, the only thing they got was a freaking hero effort from Xavier Coates and he dropped it.
Yeah, that was.
You know what I mean?
But yeah, bro, that's that. I want to speak about Papenhyzen.
Yeah, hard on, bro.
Every NRL fan in the world, no matter if you hate Melbourne Storm with your heart, and even if you hate Papenhyzen, everyone in NRL history was just gutted, bro. That's something that I think no one wanted to say that. Like everyone's like, please, it could be anyone, not Papenhyzen. For someone to be out for over a year, right?
400 days, bro.
400 days to be, if you want to go with the days. 400 days, no NRL, gets back. You know, you were saying don't play him, and then he plays it for I think the Sunshine Coast or wherever the lower team is. Absolute blinder for him, assists, tries, does everything. Then he plays away. I think did he play 2 weeks in NRL before? And then last week that he played, he just carried them with that younger side against Brisbane. It was against Brisbane, wasn't it? And then the week that just passed, but to say that, so sad, bro. And I was screaming you've lost the game, really. Like, Bellamy, you've lost the game. Let's just take this guy off, you know what I mean? Anything could happen, and you got to protect this guy, because I swear, if Melbourne are going to get anywhere, it's off him, if he still played, because the spark he brings, it's like Reece Walsh, bro. You know what I mean? Like, he just can come on and change the game, run hard.
Not at the moment, bro.
I still think, but in tight games, what I'm talking about, in finals footy, when shit is completely tight, that was just a complete blowout, that game. But I'm saying, if you're playing like a Sharks and Roosters kind of game, and freaking Papenhyzen enters, you're like, oh yeah, something can happen, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
After tired legs, this guy can come in and change it. When the game was done, my opinion, and probably it's easy to say now, after the game's ended, or whatever, after the injury, my opinion is just take him off. Just You know what I mean? But they did have a lot of players injuries.
They got like that's the problem with having limited interchanges. You know what I mean? You can't sub someone on that's meant to be utility and then take them off all the time. You know, and I don't want like obviously we were saying, especially me, because you know like I've dealt with it. Like it's hard to come back from it mentally and physically when you're not conditioned. You know what I mean? We looked at Kickout, for example. He didn't have a preseason, does extras to come back, and then hurts himself. You know what I mean? I didn't want him to come back at the end of the season because freaking what if it happens again?
Yeah.
That's gonna be tough toll to recover from mentally.
Now Papenhyzen has to do it, bro.
And now Papenhyzen was defending in the line because if he had a year and then the rest of the season off, he comes back next year, he's fullback. You know what I mean? But because he came on his utility, he's defending in the line, and then that's why the injury happened. You know, it's an unlucky injury.
Yeah, it's friendly fire, bro. Someone fell, his own teammate fell on him.
You know what I mean? 200 kilos on your ankle, you know.
You can't write the script for that shit, bro. It happens, and you can't avoid it.
It's just a shit go. Lucky it's not a compound fracture, and I really wish Ryan a speedy recovery. But personally, I've just seen it happen too many times in sport. I don't like. Yeah, he had 400 days off, but it just doesn't make sense to bring him back.
And you think he returns? I think he returns.
Yeah, he doesn't retire. No,
but I'm saying like returns as in he's the player he is. It's gonna be very, very. It's like a mental scar on him, man.
I think he can return back to his best.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna agree with you. I think he does. I think he comes back to his best.
I don't doubt modern medicine anymore because so much research has been done into sport injuries.
The injections they have, the medicine,
and
the therapists that they have,
the rehab, man. Like you did your ACL 20 years ago, and you were a basketball player.
You're finished.
You could have been Michael Jordan. Everybody knows you're Michael Jordan.
You're not playing like Michael Jordan.
And you get drafted. And you do your ACL, and then no one's gonna touch you.
Yeah, no one really wants to risk that.
Yeah, but
shout out to Papenhyzen, bro. After the game, I know that hundreds of thousands of people probably would have messaged him, but just a message from the couch. We hope you recover, bro, because you're honestly one of those players that NRL that give us that nostalgic feeling when you watch him play. It's just like what do they say? A breath of fresh air when you watch Papenhyzen. So shout out to you, bro. Hope everything is fine. Hope you come back well. Let's move on to the next game, Penrith and the Warriors. I said the Warriors would give him a crack. Obviously, before hearing about Shaun Johnson injury, Shaun Johnson didn't play, and that game just showed you. I think even if he played, Penrith are just unbelievable, bro. And I have these arguments with a lot of people. Not a lot of people, but there's few boys that tell me, come on, bro, you can't put Cleary up in the all-time. You can't put Cleary up in the all-time. You can't. I'm like, why not? You know what I mean? And I'm a type of guy that respects the past. I really, really do. Especially in other sports. You told me, I said, no. This guy's still good. Like, you know what I mean? But just Nathan Cleary, what he's been able to do and what his numbers are already, bro. I think he had just cracked 150-something finals points in history. And like the highest is like 240, Cam Smith. Which is not hard for him to get. Like, it's another 100 points or 70, whatever the point is. Just to watch Nathan Cleary play and be at his best and not have Luai next to him, obviously. Bro, that last try.
Forward pack.
Okay, but I know. I agree with you. But come on, man. It's a fucking delight to watch him, bro.
That was his best game in years.
In long time.
That was his best game in years. And he will go down as an all-time great. Because he's won 2 on the try.
I think he already is.
The last 3 grand finals. If he three-peats, bro...
who do you bring that? Like who?
If you three-peat, there's not much argument to saying he's not a quality player.
The only argument will be is Origin. Like you got to step up in Origin, really, like year in year out.
Mate, give him some time, bro. You know what I mean? Like he's still young, man. Bro, like he's got plenty of time to prove himself. But his forward pack lets him down in Origin.
You know his coach let him down in Origin, playing Damien Cook.
Forward pack, bro.
I didn't play that game.
Forward pack.
It's very important.
Most important thing.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Is this Penrith team the best team you've ever watched? I know we probably didn't get to watch the 80s and 90s.
No.
Okay, so who's the best team you've ever watched?
It's really...
That won a grand final. Like, they have to win a grand final, obviously.
Of course. I'm split between 2, and I always use these 2. I use these 3. So there's, I think, 08 Manly, 06 Broncos, 04 Dogs.
Yeah, the 04 Dogs team was
Those are the three
crazy.
teams I look at them, and then salary cap breach of Storms.
Yeah. when they
Salary
got,
cap breach of Storm,
shout out
bro.
to Parramatta.
Yeah, but
fans.
that's not fair.
Nah,
Salary
it
cap
isn't, it
breach, but and then just throw in one of the OG Storm teams too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
I just feel like this Penrith team, they never panic, they never worry, and they kill you in every single way possible, bro.
But I also think, like, I feel like there were a lot. Like
They were better before.
The
Like
teams, they just had a different mentality. Like they were a lot more aggressive back then, and like, you know what I mean? Like I just feel a different vibe. Not that I don't think this Penrith team is insane.
You don't. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
And I think the Penrith team from the Wednesday beat Souths was better with Papi Coruscant.
Yeah, that was a gun
and
team.
with this team is not even the best Penrith
Just
team.
the system,
With Matt
this-
Burden in the centres, like
Bro, that
freaking
system,
hell, bro.
the system they have is just.
The system,
I'm not
it's
even-
gonna go down as an all-time great.
I'm not even talking about the players. I'm talking about the like how they play and what they do in the game.
Yeah, I know.
It just baffles me. They're so good, bro.
I just feel like there are other teams that have been
Yeah,
better,
that's fine. Yeah,
and there are other teams that have beaten better teams.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I feel like
But they're definitely one of the best teams. I've ever
yeah, one of the best teams definitely. Like, come on,
It's
bro.
not a doubt. It's not
They've done the double.
debate. You know
They've done the double. They're almost
They're
there for
probably going to do a three-peat. And I think they're one of the best teams ever. But I think those three teams, and then 2010 Dragons as well, crazy.
Yeah,
There are a lot of teams that you think they're just a bit better.
yeah. They just have
'cause
that something in them.
You know what I mean? Like Penrith just look a class above everyone because they are a class above everyone. Whereas back then,
They're such a professor.
there's so many insane teams back then, bro.
Yeah.
And they're all versing each other. Like so many great eras crossing paths, like Broncos with Lockyer, and then
Crossing to the
Dogs with
the Bulldogs with the Roosters as well.
I mean, Roosters were
Bro,
crazy.
that Roosters team was hectic as well.
You know, like Melbourne,
Melbourne were
their
hectic.
dynasty beginning. You know what I
Cam
mean?
Smith.
But this Penrith team is going to become a dynasty.
Yeah, it has to come back. Like, if they can keep
It's
this up,
already a dynasty.
if they can keep this up for like another 3 more years, I think there's like.
you're gonna be.
I think you probably
you're gonna put them in the same convo as Melbourne, bro.
you'll start forgetting about how good freaking Melbourne were.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just feel like Penrith suffocated them. I feel bad for the Warriors, bro. The New Zealand fan base had a shocker all weekend. Izzy,
Yeah.
World
World Cup, they lost in the World Cup.
They lost
I
in
think.
the basketball, right? Oh no, in the Union.
In the Union
sorry,
World Cup.
in France, down in France.
Yeah.
And then they lost this game. So,
Yeah.
up the wires, bro. We don't fucking give up. We don't care.
At their pads.
Yeah.
I don't even listen, bro.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Let's
Can
talk
I say
about that.
something? Penrith, you don't need to apologize.
No, bro. Listen.
You might say it wasn't mocking. It was mocking, and we love that in the sport.
Oh, bro.
We love it, bro. Like
pisses
we
me
go and watch what's new in the castle going.
Yeah, shout out to them, bro.
And mock and like I do on the stream. You know what I
He
mean?
told us he joined us for the milk challenge.
Like when they're walking out, that's what you want, bro.
Bro,
you want like petty little rivalries and mocking each other and like you know what I mean, like.
In the end of the day,
Come on, bro.
In the
Like,
end- in
why?
the end of the
what
day,
is this like, bro, have a bit of fun, man. Talk. Sport is so much better to play and watch when you talk a bit of shit, and when you be a little petty,
I love it.
and when you have some fun, bro.
I fucking love it, bro.
You shouldn't just watch sport. So just watch sport.
No.
You should watch sport and talk shit to your mates, and you should watch sport and talk your shit on social media.
banter, the
You know what I mean?
rivalry.
Yeah, if sometimes you gotta eat your words, but it's worth it. I've
that's
been
fine.
eating my words for years. You know how much shit I talk about LeBron?
Yeah, bro, you hate LeBron.
He was playing on my team and I still shit talk him.
Nah, listen, bro. I feel like the world is just so sensitive, bro. Like, come on, bro. We are watching rugby league, right? You know, rugby league. That you got another man's knees in your head. Like, this is rugby league. It's not freaking cricket. Even cricket has better banter. Bro.
I know, bro. Like, what is this, bro?
And then the former NRL player Thompson from the Manly's old player, the guy that left retired. He's like, I'm sorry, but that's disrespectful. Like, just shut up, bro.
Joel Thompson.
Joel Thompson,
You
shut
gave
up, bro.
that bloke a mic, bro.
Bro,
He was a cheapie in fantasy. I remember.
Yeah, he was
mad.
good. I liked him as a player. He was a good
Yeah,
player.
he was a good player,
But
bro.
just shut up, bro. What? Like,
it's
and everyone's like, we're not hate. You hate Penrith.
It's not disrespect, bro. Parody, all right. or like copying is the best form of flattery, bro. You know what I mean? Like.
It just burns
Come on,
me.
bro. Up the PAHS, bro.
Yeah.
I love the. I fucking had a laugh.
I don't think any Warriors fans got upset.
People are getting mad for the Warriors fans,
And the Warriors fans aren't in anything.
That's disrespect. Because if it was the bloody Canberra doing it, everyone would suck them off, bro.
Oh, the milk.
Up the milk. Like,
Bro, listen.
shut up, bro.
My say is everyone loves to target Penrith because they're so good. And this is what happens when you're so great.
When you're so good,
like
bro.
you said with LeBron,
Yeah.
all right? Like people said with Michael Jordan back in the days. Like people said with any great. People want to talk shit. You know what I mean? They want to put dirt on their name. Bro, when you're at your top, when you can't judge if you're not there. You can't be a judge and be criticizing unless it's something very bad. Racial, someone said something personal. I understand. But bro, it's just the up the PAHS.
Yeah.
For my freaking social
It's
media
one
team.
letter, you stupid cunts, bro.
It just kills me because if you're not at that level and if you've never been at that level, don't talk shit. Don't even. You don't know how you're gonna feel. You don't know how cocky you would get.
Yeah, don't ever cry, bro.
Don't ever cry.
Fun.
We love the banter.
Don't tell the teacher, bro. It's not even like have some fun, bro.
It's rugby league. We love it, man. One more thing about that game: Adam Fennell, Blake, and Moses Leota. I feel like they were gonna punch on the start.
Yeah, they were.
And I wanted to do.
They were having a verbal for like 40 seconds, bro.
I was like, "Come on, bro. He's gotta have a crack." But
Come
yeah,
on, Moses.
Penrith too good. I hope Sean Johnson comes back next week, and it's gonna be one of my favorite games. The Warriors and the Newcastle game.
Yeah.
Two teams that we
it's
didn't
gonna be
expect.
hectic, bro.
Two teams we
Please
didn't
come back,
expect
Sean.
to be playing finals footy right now. They're both there, bro.
You better put Bunty in his fucking team, bro.
You can talk about that when we do predictions. Cronulla Sharks and the Sydney Roosters. Cronulla Sharks played this game at their home ground, and all week, all I heard was complaints and just like the radio and the media talk. Should the Sharks have it at Shark Park? And like just arguments of the dumbest.
Where are they gonna have it,
Just
bro?
the dumbest things.
Where are they gonna have it? Olympic Park?
Bro, it's a home
like
game.
an hour away, bro.
It's a home game. Let them play there, and they still lost. Right now, that game was one of my favorite games to watch this weekend.
Yeah, that was mate.
That and the Newcastle game.
We got
very close.
Spoiled, pampered,
Everything.
Massage,
Manicure, massages, pedicures,
full
everything.
on spa, bro. You know
Everything.
what I mean? Like full on spa treatment. Us NRL fans, bro.
The Bulldogs playing the final would have been the happy ending, eh?
Yeah.
But bro, that game was unbelievable. I predicted 13-12. I said the Sharks will win.
I can't remember what I predicted.
You said 18-10, which is pretty close as well. Always knew it was going to be a tight game.
Should have been 18-10.
And I swear I had Adam with me. Shout out to Adam. I had Adam watching the game with me. And when the Sharks were taking the 2, he goes, why are they taking the 2?
So I said the same thing.
I said, you have to take the 2. It's finals footy. You have to secure the 6-point lead. Why? And ask me why. Because the Roosters can score at any time. That's what finals footy does to me. It makes me think like in elite sport, bro. When it comes to elite sport, it's like the Chelsea and Barcelona. Remember how Torres ended up scoring that goal? That's what goes through my head. Against all the odds, frustration starts to build. And when frustration starts to build, it happened in Origin when we went a man down and we couldn't score. And Queensland just said, "Let us hold on." That's what Roosters did. They held on. Bang! Scored the try. Luckiest try ever.
Luckiest try I've ever seen. But no. They held on because Sharks played scared. What he's taking the 2?
No, nervous.
No, scared.
No, they played nervous.
Scared.
But you have to take the 2.
You don't have to take the 2. I had a discussion with this. I'm not even going to call it an argument because a guy that I was speaking to said every team in the NRL takes a 2 then. And I say no. Not a team that actually backs themselves and can see that this Roosters team was gone. Okay, if you were the Roosters,
you have a point there.
If you were if everybody would have taken a 2, but the Roosters want you to take the 2,
and you want to go against what they want because it breaks their mentally.
You know what the last at that point after like 8.5 minutes of being down a man and them just spamming left and making a line break every time. Every time they went left, especially during that 10 minutes, they bombed the try. They looked dangerous every time they went left. The last thing the Roosters wanted was them to run the football, take a quick tap, and make them tackle again.
Yeah.
And then they go left and they would have scored. I really believe if they went left, they would have scored.
Yeah, I think the pedigree...
But what did the Roosters want? They
the 2.
wanted them to take the 2. So they can have a rest and then go down the other end and then get Tedesco back and then soak... Like, if you are the Roosters and you see, if you're a team, bro, not let alone the Roosters, if you're a team and you're playing and the other team is an extra man and then they don't want to attack you and they want to give you a rest.
What does that make you
when
feel?
you're at your lowest?
Makes you feel like, oh, okay,
it makes you feel, these cunts are shit.
Yeah.
You don't have that. You don't have that dog in you, bro.
Nah.
You're scared.
Nah.
That gives them the mental edge. And that's all the Roosters needed was some mental edge get some adversity. Like Newcastle.
They've been there before.
Like the Newcastle when we got an extra man up, we turned off, bro.
Yeah.
Because we played scared. As soon as everybody expected the Sharks to win,
it went out the window.
it went out the window.
Yeah.
I don't like saying it. I love the Sharks. Their team is great.
They have a great team.
Mate,
And Pete, you know what's funny?
That thing for me, it's because it's what the Roosters wanted, it's no longer the smart option. Because then they go, let's say you go 5 tackles, like, okay, you can drop the ball. The Roosters still have to bring it out on their own end. They could make it an error. You know what I mean? Like Fitzgibbon did. You know what I mean? Like, you could score, you could get a repeat set and keep building pressure. Nothing is more valuable than pressure because it's easier to convert pressure into points. And that's what the Roosters did. They finally got down to the other end.
And they
had a little bit of pressure and then they got a Rugba Leeg Life 4 bounce of heaven into C.R. Wong's hands. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was the like.
He'll never get an easier try in his life. It bounced right in front of him and no Sharks players would could believe.
I felt like the when Tedesco went to the bin, that was big fuck up from Tedesco, obviously, and he knew it, bro. Like
he didn't have to.
He didn't have to do it because like
it's usually he's smart enough to know when. Usually, like especially a star player, fullback smart enough to know when he has to.
But I feel like that team, he's just like the one that's trying, like doing everything. Obviously,
he's
you can
trying
see it,
very
you
hard.
can see it you can see it in the way he's playing. But when they took the 2, or when he went to the bin and then they scored straight away, I think the Sharks, and then I said to Adam, I said, bro, if they don't score again, like again,
You gotta put them away.
Again, like if they don't score the second try and make it 14 or 16, whatever it is, there's going to be big dramas. And he goes, nah, the Sharks got this. I said, cuz trust me, the Roosters, I just had this feeling inside me like the Roosters, I swear.
Because we've seen this movie
It happened, yeah, like it happens.
We've seen this movie so many times before. They just soak up pressure.
It happens
and
in all sports.
And soak up pressure.
I forget rugby league, but if you watch multiple sports, you see that a team tries. And then I swear you could be the best team on the night. But if that doesn't go in your favour, you're absolutely screwed. And that's what happened to the Sharks. Now, I've seen a lot of Sharks fans just going crazy. Like, they lost it. And rightly so, they're upset because they should have beat the Roosters, you know? It was all in their favour.
Yeah,
But they started saying, like, Rudolph should go, this guy should go. And I was like, I'm sitting here, like, third last. I'm like, yeah, can we have this?
Oh, you want him to go? Oh, please. Send him our way,
bring Hamlin Newelly here.
Hamlin Newelly,
bring Toby Rudolph here. Connor Tracy.
We'll treat you well, boys. Don't worry. But let me tell you something, bro. Like, the Roosters, it was a mentality win. Like Liverpool's win the other day, it was a mentality win. But I actually said it as soon as Sharks took the 2, I said they're going to lose.
Yeah, Sharks don't have that dog in them, bro. They don't. And I'll tell you what, they don't need a rebuild like these Cronulla Sharks fans are saying. They need one more player, or they just need to keep trying and losing until they make it. Or they need one player that can actually... Because all the pressure on Hines is not enough. Hines is not enough to take this load.
Hines played good, bro.
No, he played great.
Yeah,
but he had Trindle next to him.
Yeah.
You get me?
And he was a bit quiet.
And he was like... towards the end, he threw a cut-out pass. It was just shocking.
I need to say something, man. Let's just... Like... I forgot what I was going to say.
That's pretty normal, isn't it?
Yeah.
The Sharks, they're just upsetting, bro. They're disappointing.
It's sad, bro.
And Fitzgibbon really has to go back.
But no Suali'i, he got hurt in mid-game. No Manu, he got hurt mid-game.
No Tupou before the game as well.
No Tupou before the game. No Ria Hargraves before the game, and they still get it done. Big respect to the Roosters.
Shout out to Hainsey, bro. Shout out to Hainsey as well.
I was only happy because Hainsey's happy.
You know when he's happy, but I swear, even before anyone knew, I used to always support him because, bro, I've never seen someone so passionate.
Yeah.
I love it. I love to see it.
He goes from Brisbane to Sydney every week to watch the game, bro.
Oh, he's from Brisbane?
He's from Brisbane,
bro.
Oh,
no.
Like, he grew up here.
Yeah, but like... No,
he lives in Brisbane.
No. He lives in Brisbane. It's
so
crazy.
He flies down every weekend. You know how many Dogs games... I saw him at more Dogs games than many Dogs fans. Because he just loves rugby league, man.
Yeah, good on him, bro. Shout out to you, Hainsey, bro. Keep doing what you're doing. And I swear, in a few years, you'll see him up there, bro. The Roosters will treat him well.
Well, they do. They gave him... They gave him the goal for the membership, bro.
I'm saying that. We love that, bro. It's good when the clubs interact with the fans.
100%.
Tedesco, obviously, unbelievable performance as well, bro. Just the last thing on that game, he was just unbelievable towards.
He was mad,
bro.
bro.
After that sin bin, he came back and he's like, "Oh, I have to like, I'm him."
I really want to give Sandon Smith, bro. He changed the game too, bro.
The tackle at the end.
He freaking changed the game.
He was playing fullback as well, wasn't he?
He was playing everywhere, Mr. Fix-It. Is he the next Orbison?
Drew Hutchinson.
And I want to give a shout out to Sam Walker because
he was great.
Because, bro, it's all the bro. Robbo blamed it on him, bro. I wonder if he's still blaming it on him now.
Maybe something happened that we don't know about, bro.
Maybe, but I don't know, man. It just seemed like he was a scapegoat and then he got hurt and then he came back and changed this season.
Unbelievable from Sam Walker and Tedesco. Let's move on to the last game of the round. Newcastle Canberra. Now,
what a crazy game.
As you all know, me and Fred done a bet and we said we'll pour milk on us. We'll pay for the milk and pour it, right? If Canberra Raiders win. We had no doubt whatsoever that Newcastle are going to win. But of course, Rugby League, he wants to play our games with us. He wants to tickle us a little bit. He wants to pull us by the ear, take our clothes off, make us dance, make us go crazy. Bro, that first half, when the second try went in at the third try.
Like 30 seconds left.
Yeah, the last try of the first half, I was like, yeah, fuck this, man. I hate my life, bro. I have to dunk milk, really. I'm like, it's good content, but at the same time, I'm like, it's not practical, bro.
Yeah, bro. I was like, when Newcastle scored the first try, I'm literally on TikTok. I'm not worried one bit.
And then boom.
But doesn't mean I'm not going to support Newcastle every time they score. And then it goes to halftime. I'm like, man, the milk's going to stink.
He started thinking about the milk, the brand.
Is the towel's going to stink? And I got to drive home from Suey's house.
We have to get hosed
what
off.
shoes am I going to wear? Like, am I even going to wear shoes? You know what I mean? I'm going to drive here barefoot. Like, I've never driven manual barefoot, you know? and then I'm like, some guy goes to me and I'm like, man, I bet Newcastle 13 plus. I'm like, don't worry, bro, it's still alive. Remember, they're the faders. And then 13 plus was on. And then Newcastle just choked it.
Bro.
You can't let Matt Frawley do that. So, yeah. No.
Newcastle choked in the end. Yeah. That was
a crazy game, bro.
But listen, there's one thing about Canberra Raiders, and people think we don't respect them. I respect their grit and their grind. Like, they're always a team that grinds it out, right? You might not respect that.
No, I do.
I respect
but there's only one. There's no other team in the NRL that if they bite someone, they don't get binned.
Yeah, that was crazy. We're gonna talk about that.
Jack Biden.
But shout out to Canberra Raiders. Ricky Stewart said it. They were missing Origin players. They were missing some big players, and they still, gave Newcastle, one of the best teams in the league at the moment, a crack. And I think we gotta commend them and give them the respect. That was Jack Biden's last game as a Canberra Raider player.
You corrected it to Jack Biden,
bro. Listen, I love Jack Biden. And I actually didn't get to watch that actual part because I was inside for 2 seconds. Came back outside. Jack Biden beat someone. I was like, bro, what the fuck? How is he not in the bin?
So,
and then I remembered it's Canberra Raiders.
No other team is getting away with that.
And look, we expected Newcastle to blow out.
Do I agree with Jack Biden? For sure.
Yeah.
The guy's freaking... Gamble knew what he was doing.
Yeah, Gamble's a fuck.
He knows what he's doing. He's Josh Reynolds reincarnated, bro.
But I love him. Shout out to Gamble.
He's Josh Reynolds reincarnated.
He just put on Willie Mason today. We'll speak about that.
Yeah, we'll speak about that later. Because I've always loved this man,
Tyson
Gamble, bro. And he's putting him in a headlock. All right? He's legit putting him in a mouth lock.
Is he a Queenslander?
Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't care less.
We need him in New South Wales.
He just looks like a Queenslander, eh?
Yeah, he's got that attitude.
Yeah, he's good on the Raiders. He kept it close. He competed.
Yeah, look, man. The Raiders...
I saw too many people whinging at Fogarty for not taking it from 10 in front. It's really hard to take a field goal from 10 in front.
But we've had a week of charge. We didn't even speak about that in the Roosters game.
Charge down.
It's been a week of charge downs. Everyone's just charged down everything.
Charge down.
No one could get a field goal for Sam freaking Walker.
I know.
Good on him, bro.
Good on him, bro.
But now we got Newcastle going through. The crowd was unbelievable, bro. Kalen Ponga at the end speaking to Fitler, and you can see Ponga's just looking around. He gave me Premier League vibes.
You mean you're in awe of everything, you know?
He gave me like Anfield after Liverpool beat Barcelona. Like he gave me that, like, what the hell? The people were there. They did not leave, bro. They stayed waving the flag. The crowd was so loud. And look, bro, we've been speaking about the home crowd of Newcastle for a month, 2 months now.
Been talking about their fans for the since Magic ran it up, at least. This is the first time I gave them a shout out.
They deserve every bit of finals footy. I think they deserve it. Kalen Ponga, what a turnaround of a season.
Good on him, bro. Good on, mate. 10 wins in a row.
He was injured too.
10 wins in a row.
You could see him in pain that game, bro.
10 wins in a row. Congratulations, Newcastle. Even if you don't get the last win of the season, we're all going to respect the 10 wins in a row. It's like the money ball 20 in a row, you know?
But it's something they can build on for next year, bro.
100%.
Like
It
no one
gives them
expected
confidence. They can play with the big boys.
That's right. I love that. And Canberra.
This is their first time in the second round of the finals in so long.
Since Matty Johns, I think. And Andrew Johns
mate,
days.
I think, yeah.
Andrew Johns days,
Yeah.
I think I read something.
I have not seen them make it past the first round in a long time.
All right, let's give quick predictions of these next two games that are coming up. Right?
Next two games.
There's only two now.
Yeah, we got Knights, Warriors.
We got Knights and Warriors. I just want to see when they're going to be played.
Friday, Saturday.
So it's Friday. No Sunday game.
No,
Okay.
Friday, Saturday.
Okay, Friday we got Melbourne and Roosters, the first game, and then we got the Warriors and Newcastle. Let's start off with Melbourne Roosters. I know that Roosters are absolutely depleted. Like they have no more soul. Last week they had a bit of their soul left. This week they have nothing. No Sualiti, no Tupou, no Billy Smith, who was massive for them. Shout out to Billy Smith.
Is he out?
He's out.
With
I
what?
I read that as well. I don't know. I read it earlier. On
No, Manu apparently too.
NRL physio, bro. Everyone is just out, and no Hargraves as well. I feel like Melbourne. If Melbourne don't blow them out of the water, then
They can't get into an arm wrestle with
they
these
can't.
guys,
They can't.
man.
Melbourne have to score first. I know Melbourne have injuries as well. Coates,
Yeah,
Papenhyzen.
they got Coates is injured. Yeah, he is. No Coates, no Papenhyzen, no Remus Smith.
no risk. Yep. I don't know, man.
I would like. I think Tariq Sims deserves a starting call up.
He's
I think
been
it was
good. He was good
their
that game.
best player on the weekend. And look, with all the players that the Roosters have out, I just have to go with Storm. I just think
Score prediction.
I'm gonna say, look, the last time they were versed, it was 28-0.
Yeah, 20 what? 28.
28-0 to Melbourne. I'm gonna go 32-12.
Okay.
Because I'm really, really expecting this spine to turn up.
Yeah, I'm
And I
expecting
really
Bellamy
expect
to
him
like.
to play for Papenhyzen too.
I don't think Bellamy spoke to him after the game. I think he just didn't even. sit up.
Sometimes silence is the loudest.
Yeah,
you know what I
it's
mean?
the one that hurts the most, bro.
And look, I'm just expecting a really big turnaround from Melbourne. I'm expecting them to be G'd up because they don't want to get slapped around by a Roosters team that's like this. And they're not going to take them lightly because they have been to war with this team in the past.
That's why when the fixture came up, I was like, "This is gonna be good." But the injuries just killed it for me.
So, but yeah,
I think Melbourne win this 28. I think 28-10.
Yeah,
I think Melbourne, man, they're gonna be.
Yeah, look, Munster was not happy, and I know how I feel like Munster's playing with some injuries. His knee is very heavily strapped.
I respect him for that. He comes out and he's very honest.
Yeah, and look, he's honest. He's honest, mate. And
I love
these
that.
guys, I really expect them to win this game, but it is the most obvious. Like these are the games that the Roosters somehow win because it's the Roosters. I don't like these teams, to be honest, but I really want the Roosters to lose. I can definitely see the Roosters somehow winning this game because I don't really think Melbourne are that good.
Nah, I don't think
But
so.
I'm gonna say that Melbourne win this game.
I think if Roosters had all their players,
yeah, it
I
would be a
would
good
give
game.
Roosters a good
If
shout.
both teams had all their players, I'd say it's gonna be a classic. But I'm gonna have to go with Melbourne here.
All right, Warriors, Newcastle. This is my favorite
Good
game.
luck.
Out of the whole season, this is my favorite game.
Yeah, 100%.
Like two teams that I love. That I've I know Newcastle slapped us 66-0, but I just love both these teams, both their crowds, both their fan bases. They both deserve to be here, and this is going to be one of the greatest games. I hope Sean Johnson comes back so we can see Sean Johnson and KP. You know, the main superstars of their teams just go at it. I know Hastings is out. I know Fitzgibbon is out, but man, Johnson comes back into this team.
Yeah,
the pack's
Metcalf's
looking
out
good.
too, and that's a big loss
Metcalf's
because that
out.
means Tamari Martin's gonna play, and
Tamara Martin
he's
didn't walk out.
shaky.
Did not work at all.
Huh?
That Tamara Martin and Dylan Walker on the weekend just looked.
They look disjointed.
Yeah.
I think it's just look. If Sean Johnson plays, I really think Warriors gonna win this game. And there was one thing that was really, really like worrying me a bit about Newcastle was the forward pack was conceding a lot of meters. They were actually losing that battle in the middle for a good chunk of that game to a very weakened Raiders pack.
Yeah,
I
they had
can't-
that young guy too. The Raiders, bro. They had that young guy. The young kid
Yeah,
in
but
there.
you know this Warriors forward pack, bro. They can't be moved. They can't have that lack of line speed, like that lack of punch defensively. They can't. if they get sending that many meters to the Raiders and then it makes some adjustments, and then you can't do that against Warriors.
You said the Warriors walk all over them.
Because, bro, like, imagine they do a kick and it's Montoya, and then it's bloody Fanua Blake, and then Zelezniak, and then Nia Corey, and then they're gonna be at the 20.
Yeah, brother.
You know what I mean? Like, and
what's your score prediction?
And like, it's the kicking game as well. If Sean Johnson plays, that kicking game is gonna be definitely in the Warriors' favor. And I just feel like the Warriors, if Sean Johnson plays, because we are recording this on Monday, and he's still possibly in doubt. If Sean Johnson plays, I think our Warriors, because it's at Eden Park too. I see Warriors ending the streak.
It's at home.
Warriors breaking the streak. A lot of Warriors fans actually saying it's not really a home game. It had to be at Mount Smart.
Is it in New Zealand?
Yeah, then it's a home game.
It's pretty much a home game.
But Warriors fans really wanted it to Mount Smart.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give the nod to the Warriors here.
Score prediction.
I'm gonna say
it's a tough
26-18. Warriors win.
Okay. I like that.
I think because the Knights have a lot of strike around the park.
Bro.
They just need a little sniff against that sort of right side of
Dom
the
Young,
Warriors.
kind of Greg Mazu.
Yeah, I think it's
so tough.
It's tough, bro.
It's tough.
But I just think the Warriors are going to be really G'd up, and if they have Sean Johnson, they're going to win.
I'm going to go 16-12. New Zealand Warriors. Very, very tight second half. Very tight. Like, those footy games that the second half is just end to end and no points. That's what I feel like. Not no points. Obviously, anything can happen, but going to be so tight in the second half. And I'm giving the Warriors the win because they're at home, and this means so much. Like, this means so much to them, bro. You know what I mean? Newcastle had that advantage last week, and it brought them over the line against the Raiders, even when the Newcastle buckled a bit.
But at home, that
Warriors home crowd, and if the weather is good,
weather
is good, because it might, if it rains,
we're in spring, man.
Yeah, no, but you see it happen. It rained with the Warriors. It was like a flood. But if everything is just aligned and Sean Johnson is playing, I don't see Newcastle coming close. I think not that much, but I feel like the Warriors will win it, man. I can't wait.
I can't wait either.
I can't
That's
wait.
the game
I'm
looking so forward to.
Let us know your predictions. Love you all. Look after yourselves. Take it easy. Next week, we're going to be filming another episode of this. We're going to try, after the season ends, we'll try to do like an episode or two.
Yeah.
Just to keep the footy heads a bit sane, because I know everything. We'll make a bunch of clips as well that we can post on TikTok and keep the algorithm cranking. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, love you all. Take it easy. Enjoy your finals footy.